Do you ever have one of those days where you feel like you are swimming against the current? Like the current is so strong, no matter how hard you swim, you aren't going anywhere? Me too. But guess what?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
In this week's video, we battle the raw forces of nature, literally. We have a storm going on right now. The wind is crazy. Hope everything's okay. Oh my god. As well as ourselves. Alright, we are riding the struggle bus today. Hit his arm and basically grew a second elbow. Feeling like we'll never finish. 2 steps forward and 1 step back. But can we finish this step with all the struggles we face? Well, the angle grinder just caught on fire. But yeah, we made a huge mistake. Stay tuned and find out. But alas, we shall move on. Oh, the struggle is real. Okay. Alright, so I literally just woke up. I had to come outside and show you guys what's going on. We have a storm going on right now. The wind is crazy, like shaking the RV. It's knocking everything down. It's totally nuts. But weirdly enough, tarp is totally fine up there. So it's working, so this is good. So we'll see how it holds up, because if it can make it through this, it'll be fine for the winter. We have 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts today, so crazy. But anyways, long story short, we got the tarp set up. My battery died on my GoPro as we were filming, and of course, like towards the end, it started to get windy, and we were like, oh my god, hurry, like tie it down, everything's blowing away. So I didn't have time to take you guys up there and show you like how we did. So I'll do that when it's not 70-mile-per-hour winds. And for now, we just like cross our fingers that everything will be okay, because it's always a little bit scary when it's windy like this. It's just, I don't know, real crazy. See the trees moving like over there too. So yeah, I don't know, wish us luck. Cross my fingers we don't like fly away like Dorothy in Wizard of Oz, you know. Our house doesn't sail away and then we wake up in Oz. Okay, time to wake up and start my day. As the day progressed, the storm got worse and worse. And eventually we were hit with 90-mile-per-hour wind gusts. This was a really stressful day for us. We were really concerned about the tarp and everything on our property. Not so much the structure, but just really worried about several different things. Okay, you guys, I don't know what the hell is going on this year, but check it out. It's like the apocalypse out here. "70-mile-per-hour winds today. I've never heard it as windy. It's completely dark out, so we can't see anything, but you can hear the trees moving like, yeah. Borderline a little bit scary. Oh my god, ow. Dang. Okay, this is really intense. The wind is really, really intense. It's blowing a lot of stuff around, as you can see. There, it's really crazy. just hope everything's okay.
Whoa.
Oh my god. Alright, so yesterday, as I explained, it stormed. It was the most intense storm that I've ever been in on the coast. So I just woke up, got my coffee, and we're gonna see if everything is okay, because that was totally crazy. The electricity is down in almost all of the county, and they said it's gonna be down for like 4 to 5 days. So wow, just insane. 80 plus mile per hour winds, but like not only bursts, it was just consistently just the most windy I've ever seen it, ever. So not only was it super scary, but I didn't sleep like at all, as I'm sure you can see on my morning face. So yeah, wow, it was really scary, especially to be like in the RV, and I don't know, just worried about the house. Like, I'm not worried about the structure of the house, because like that would take like a legit apocalypse for the structure to be messed up, but I was worried about the tubing on the roof, like the tarp, like just blowing it away, and of course the glass panels, you know, like I don't know, whatever, just like worries about the house. Other than a few things being knocked over, like the leftover panels and a ladder or two, everything else was fine, thank God. But little did we know, this was just the beginning of a very long and intense winter. But first, a word from
Our sponsor. You've been hacked.
Do you know an easy way to mitigate cyber threats? Let me introduce you to NordVPN. What is a VPN? A VPN is a virtual private network. A VPN keeps you private and secure by hiding your IP address and routing your internet traffic through an encrypted connection to a privately owned VPN server. In this case, NordVPN. Have you heard of phishing? No, not that kind of phishing. I'm talking about the internet kind of phishing. You, and probably almost everyone you know, has received an email like this. But upon closer inspection, something looks off. There are many ways phishers can trick you into giving them sensitive information or access to your devices. They may lure you into clicking on a link or downloading an attachment that contains malware or spyware, which can give phishers access to your device or phone. This leaves you vulnerable to identity theft, money loss, installation of malware, and sensitive and personal information leaks. NordVPN's got your back with threat protection. NordVPN's threat protection is a security feature that offers comprehensive protection against cyber threats by blocking trackers, phishing attempts, intrusive ads, malicious websites, and infected files. Here's a few other great features of NordVPN. With thousands of servers worldwide, it's easy to change your IP address to get access to websites that are only available in that area. Since Viant is from Europe, this is the best way for him to watch his favorite shows and movies from anywhere. By using our exclusive link, you can gain access to thousands of TV shows, movies, and websites that are not available because of your IP location. The best part? NordVPN is offering a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you can try it out risk-free. Be sure to check out the description and click the exclusive link to take your security to the next level with NordVPN. Okay,
Back
to work. What's up, everyone? You know, when the headband is on, it's gonna be a working day. So with that being said, it's a chilly winter day, but most importantly, no rain. What does that mean? Time to get out and do stuff. So let me show you what we're working on today. Okay, so over here we have what will eventually be the entrance of our house, in between these two poles we will have a door, and that's how you will get in. So this is like a little entrance platform, and then we'll have some stairs somewhere. We don't know where, but trying to figure that out as we go along. So basically, all the way over there, we have an I-beam that we got from, it's cold, from a surplus steel place. So it's all rusted and whatnot. We need to refurbish it. But basically, where that I-beam is going is in the front of these two beams. So they're covered in plastic because we have a bunch of marks on there as far as like the angle goes. The angle is a little bit bigger. I think it's like 96 degrees. So cut that in half. That's what will be to make the 90 degrees between these two. You can tell better from the top, and because this is a wide angle lens, the GoPro, it kind of like morphs everything. But anyways, regardless, we're basically going to be cutting two angles on each side, putting the other I-beam across the front, and then painting everything and figuring out what we want to do for the entrance. If we want to fill it with concrete, if we want to do wood, I don't know. To be determined. So basically what we are going to do today is Viant, who's in the excavator, is going to drive the excavator over there to bring the piece of steel over here because it's heavy, and I don't know if we would be able to carry it ourselves. Probably not. But anyways, so we're going to grab that I-beam, bring it over here, mark the angles that we need to mark, and cut these beams and cut the I-beam. And after that, I think what we'll end up doing is bringing the I-beam back over to our little sandblasting station and sandblasting it in the next couple of weeks. So that's kind of the goal today, is just to get those two cut. It's kind of not a very full day, but it always takes some time to kind of set everything up. So going to get all of our stuff, get all of our gear out, get all of my gear on, plasma cut, and do it. Get to it and do it. Let's go. Alright, so successful movement with the excavator. I'm so glad that we got an excavator because it's come in handy for like so much of this project, and not just for digging.
I'm strong, but not as strong.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you could lift that.
Oh, look.
No, just kidding. Don't try. This thing is huge. I don't know if you guys can see. This is like a pretty thick beam. Yeah. So anyways, this is the beam that's gonna go in between these two beams right there to make a little entrance area for the entrance entrance walkway, I don't know what to call it. So yeah, basically we're gonna replicate how it is up there on the yellow beams. This little, I think it will be the same angle almost. Not completely sure, but I'm almost sure. So anyways, we are going to mark this rusty I-beam, mark the good angles, cut the beam, and then I think we will go cut up there. Although I'm not sure, I don't know. We might cut the other beams first and then start on this one. But we're just gonna be cutting beams today. Now we have to go and like get all of the tools out. It's always like a journey to go get everything to work. takes sometimes almost as long as working itself is to find all of our tools and set up everything. So, whew. All right, let's go. Ooh. Can you turn the plasma cutter on? Oh my god. We're definitely gonna have to turn this on the side when I'm done with the top.
Yeah,
You know?
butt up.
I'm actually surprised that this plasma cutter was able to cut this I-beam because it's pretty thick steel. Ideally, I think you'd want to use an oxyacetylene torch, but I do not have one of those yet. So, I had to make it work with the plasma cutter. Smells like something's burning. Am I on fire?
No, you're not, baby.
This brings back some memories.
No?
We got you. We're here. I'm on fire! Okay. It's all right, you're not on fire! I knew it, you're lying!
We're catching fire. No, you're not.
I'm on fire! You're not on fire!
No, you're not in fire, babe.
Okay. Do you smell it?
Not yet.
It smells like hot dogs. The plasma cutter ended up cutting the I-beam, but then Viant had to channel his inner Thor to get the end to come off.
We'll see after.
All right, so we got the first angle cut right here. Just finished cutting it with the plasma cutter. We still have to clean it up a little bit with the grinder because the plasma cutter, when I try to do an angle on it, I can only do so much before it, yeah, it's just tricky because I gotta fit the gun like in here, so I can't really like hold it to the side or bend it forward to get a good angle. So that's about as best as I can do, which isn't terrible. There's still like, if you look on the side, there's still like a little bit of an angle, but it's all right. Viant will go with the grinder and grind it down so it's nice and sharp. So now we're gonna go on this one. I can't see. It's too dark, but there is an angle right here. So I'm gonna climb up there and hope that I can figure out a way to cut it off, because we clearly cannot flip this one on the other side. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, wish me luck. Here we go.
You'll be fine. Just like it off, you know.
the first time that I will be plasma cutting upside down, more or less, so wish me luck. I pray that I do not catch on fire. It's kind of one of my biggest fears after Viant caught on fire one time from me welding. So wish me luck, and yeah, if I catch on fire, at least you guys will be the first to see it. Alright, here we go.
You walk pretty well, huh? 3, 2, 1.
This isn't gonna work, babe, I'm telling you.
I don't know how to mark this stuff.
Why didn't I do a dot here and a dot here and connect it?
Yeah, it doesn't go through. Yep, good. Nice.
It won't go through from upside down, so I punched a hole through each side, and we're gonna mark it so I can do it from the top, because I can't get the good angle to do it from underneath, so that's alright. Mark it from the top and do it from the top. Cute. Alright, so we finished the second one, and I think that's going to be it for today because it's starting to get dark. We had a late start today, so I'm glad we at least got 2 done. But here's the other one right here. We'll have to clean the edges up a little bit with the angle grinder. The plasma cutter cuts sometimes can look a little bit rough. So, that's fine though. Don't know how we would cut that without the plasma cutter. Okay, so now for the rest of our day, we will be putting stuff away. Set up and take down, sometimes take a big portion out of our work time. So before it becomes really dark, I want to put everything away so we don't have to take out our headlamps and stuff to put stuff away. So good job today. Also, I just realized this, but we are unintentionally matching. You see, we got a little Pacific Pines Ranch uniform on, I guess. Alright, so successful day. It was a small step forward, but a step forward nonetheless. So, until next time.
Perfect.
What's up, everyone? Beautiful day today on the ranch. So, you know what that means. Headband on and time to do stuff. Time to get out and work. When there's dry weather, we get outside and we work for every minute of it. So last time that we had worked on this entrance area right here, cutting the I-beams. So we got 2 of them cut. This one right here, this I-beam right here, that will match up with this one. So this one's cut. So basically what we have to do is cut this one and cut the other angle that matches up with this one. Then we're gonna take it over to our sandblasting station and we will sandblast it and hope that we have enough sandblasting material to do the whole thing. Because then we can paint it, which will be great. So yeah, we'll just see how the day plays out. Gonna grab all of my stuff to plasma cut. We already have everything marked up there, which is why we have the saran wrap on the side to keep the lines from being messed up. So yeah, gonna grab all my stuff and get to work. Let's party. Woohoo!
I guess it's good enough.
The plasma cutter is such an amazing tool and I am really starting to love it. We use it more and more as our project progresses. Such an easy way to cut steel and it is so fast. Okay, so I finished the top and the bottom of this one right here. Also, I got this new mask, which is pretty sweet because I always was having, I kept stretching out these little elastic bands on my other mask when I would have to pull my mask to the side to talk or breathe. So check this out. It's hard to do with one hand. Amazing. Okay, so let me take you up here and show you what I did. Okay. Alright, so we got the top cut right here and the bottom. So now we need to mark on the side where to cut and connect these two, and this little chunk should fall off. Some attached to the bottom now. Everything is just gonna come off. Nice off. Maybe try from the bottom. Oh my god, don't even look at the bottom. Don't look at it.
I'll do right here, I'll do the first cut.
Okay. So after I was done cutting the I-beam with the plasma cutter, Viant is going in with the angle grinder to clean up the edges and just make everything a little bit more precise.
I think you did a really good job. You did? Yeah. Drop it on forward. Are you not done? Yeah, I think I'm done.
I cracked my screen in my GoPro. Alright, so I just cracked my screen of my GoPro, so that totally sucks. Okay, anyways, got this one cut, so now we are going to put it up there and see how it goes. We made a pretty big mistake and we cut, first of all, it's really cold, which is why I'm so like bundled up. But yeah, we made a huge mistake. We cut the opposite.
This is the mistake side.
Yeah. So it's not a 90-degree angle on each side because like this space is like a trapezoid, so it's a little bit confusing. But so the one side, the angle was I think 96 and the other side was 84. So divide in half, 96, 48, 84, 42. So what we did is we cut the wrong angle we cut the opposite angle on each side. So on the 96 side, instead of cutting 42, we cut 48 and vice versa. The 84 side, we cut 42 and we cut 40, yeah. On the 84 side, we cut 48 instead of 42. All these freaking angles and numbers, I swear. So anyways, this is our mistake right here. So basically, what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to weld this back in on the side that we cut the wrong angle. So we cut too much off of the one side. It should have been 48 and we cut 42. So we're just gonna weld this into the side that we made the mistake, and yeah, that sucks. Luckily, this isn't structural. It's just like more for like aesthetics. Like it's just gonna be the entrance of our house. So I mean, there's not gonna be like a ton of weight or anything on it, so that's okay. But yeah, what a bummer. Oh my god, so mad at ourselves for not like triple checking. And yeah, it just gets really confusing when you have to figure out this like angle thing. I don't know, it just is a little tricky sometimes. A lot of numbers, a lot of math. And anyways, so we're just gonna keep moving forward. The beauty of steel, cut it off, weld it back on. Also sucks that I just broke my screen with my GoPro, so I'm pretty bummed about that too. Just a bad day, but you just gotta make the best of it. Okay, great. So moving on. Plastic surgery for the I-beam. Let's go. What's up, everybody? Rainy day today on the ranch. Pretty much status quo once winter comes around. But anyways, let's jump right to it. Today, we are continuing working on the entrance area of the house. So as you can see, we got the two I-beams here, and we cut the I-beam that goes in the front of these, pretty much like boop. So what we're going to be doing is sandblasting the I-beam and getting it ready to weld onto the structure. We have some nice days ahead, so I'm gonna gear up in my sandblasting gear. My mom got me some new waterproof rain boots that are awesome. So thanks, Mom. Anyways, gonna gear up and get blasting. Yeah. Here it is. This is what we're gonna be sandblasting. It's actually not in terrible shape. We got this from the scrapyard. So anyways, yeah, we're gonna use the wet sandblaster to remove all of the rust off of it to prepare it to be painted, except for where I will weld. We will leave that kind of exposed raw steel, and after that I weld it, we will go ahead and paint it. Well, isn't this a blast from the past? For those of you that have been following along since the beginning, you know we have spent days using this tool, refurbishing so many pieces of steel and the containers, and I absolutely love this tool. It's incredible. I'm definitely going to be doing a video explaining more about it in the future, so stay tuned for that. Not only is this a super quick and efficient way to get rid of extreme rust, it's also really satisfying to watch. Just something about it, you know? Also, a little explanation for you guys. The reason why we do the wet sandblaster as opposed to a dry sandblaster is our air compressor only gets up to about 120-ish psi. And we always have to wait for the compressor to fill back up after we use it. So it's extremely time consuming. It works well for small areas, but for really large areas, the wet sandblaster is incredible because it's 4,000 psi and it's constant. So it's much faster, much stronger, and does a much better job removing that super deep crusty rust. And here I'm having a little fun doing a little art project on the steel. Alright, so after everything is sandblasted, we got to give it a good rinse to make sure all of the sandblasting media is off of it, and that's pretty much it. So as you can see, it's dark. Finish just in time before it became night. So as it is dusk right now, I imagine, we're just trying to put everything away before it gets too dark to the point where we need to like bring out flashlights and everything. So everything went well. We had enough sand. We actually found a way to get the sand to not pulse, which I'll explain another time because right now we're in a rush trying to put everything away. So we are going to just finish cleaning up, organize everything, put everything back in its spot, clean the site a little bit, call it a night, and then tomorrow will be a long day of grind, weld, paint, repeat. We're going to try to get the beam welded in. So until tomorrow. Good morning! Beautiful day today on the ranch. Yesterday was kind of a bad day. We were supposed to work on the house and one of our trucks decided to have an oil pressure problem, so we were troubleshooting that all day. Luckily it was a sensor, which I feel like in my experience is like it's always a sensor. Anyways, got all that figured out, but that took up the whole day. So the dry days in winter are far and few between, so that kind of sucked to spend a whole day doing mechanic stuff when we really wanted to be working on the house. But alas, we shall move on. So we got some beautiful sun rays back there. The forest is so amazing in the winter. So we finished sandblasting the I-beam and we didn't have time to dry it and use the wire brush, which is what we usually do. But with the days being so short, we were like, all right, we'll just do it another time. So Viant, he already started a little bit. So we're just gonna take the angle grinder with a wire brush and clean up the beam. Then we're gonna go weld it to the front of the entrance structure. Gotta put all my gear on. Another day on the ranch. So usually if you dry the steel just after you wet sandblast it, there's pretty much little flash rust, if there's any at all. But as you guys saw, it was pretty much dark out when we finished, so we didn't have time to do that. And so this morning when we woke up, there was just a little bit of flash rust. It's still faster for us to wet sandblast it and clean the flash rust as opposed to using an angle grinder or a resin disc. So that's usually what we end up doing. Well, this grinder is KO'd. Literally just caught on fire as we were using it. Rest in peace. Well, the angle grinder just caught on fire, so that's pretty crazy. It's important not to push the angle grinder too far. You don't want to create too much resistance when you're using it because it may catch on fire. So anyways, we have 2 more sides to go on this beam and then we can start welding it. So here we go. So now we are going to use the excavator to lift the I-beam into place to see how it fits. Alright, so we're fighting nature here. Super misty, I don't know if you can see. And we are trying to get this done and figured out. We have water dripping from the roof, so we're gonna try to put this tarp kind of like over the excavator so that this can stay dry as I try to weld it. So right there is the angle that we messed up. That Viant, he recut the piece that I cut off and made it fit perfectly. Ended up running out of time and the day started to turn to night, so shortly after this we called it a day. Another beautiful day on Pacific Pines Ranch. Okay, so Viant, he got a head start on me today. I'm too busy dealing with my stupid phone, doing all the updates and backups, and oh my god, so time consuming, all of this technology. Anyways, so we didn't have time to clean yesterday before it started to get dark, so we just basically saran wrapped the thing. But as you can see, Viant is a metal sculptor and did such a nice job cleaning everything. Wow, I am impressed. Good job. So we are just going to work on the finish and then unwrap the beam and then paint. And I crossed my fingers that we don't have any friggin' rain, because it already rained a little bit this morning as Viant was working. So yeah, I just hope it doesn't rain while we try to paint. So, oh, the struggle is real. Okay, I'm gonna put all my my gear on and probably get to work helping Viant, and yeah. Alright, we are riding the struggle bus today. It just gets really hard in winter to make any progress, and it's super demoralizing and frustrating and just a mega downer. So anyways, we rewrapped the beam to protect it because all the water from the tarp is like going on it, so whatever, and we have to stop because my poor husband tried to go off the ladder.
I grew a second elbow.
Oh, actually it's getting better.
Yeah, we're better better.
Okay, let me get to the side. It's not funny, but yeah.
I just put myself on the beam.
Yeah. Tried to come down off the beam and hit his elbow on one of the lips of the I-beam. So that's no fun. So we're gonna take that as a sign to just stop. So we'll get back at it another day, maybe tomorrow. We'll see. We have other stuff to do, so busy ourselves with other tasks, I guess. Whatever. I don't know. C'est la vie, I guess. It's just really frustrating and hard when it's just been such a long time, and I don't know. We just want to finish and, you know, make progress, and it's been like 4 years almost, but if we count the actual building time, it's only been like maybe like a year and a half or 2 years, because we get most of our progress done in summer, and then winter we just wait for nice weather. So anyways, I'm just feeling a little bit frustrated and down. So anyways, until next time. All right, back at it. Another day, chilly day on the ranch. We are still doing the same thing because yesterday Viant hit his arm and basically grew a second elbow. For the time being, everything's all right. It was just he hit a pretty sensitive spot in his arm and it made a huge ball, but now it's all good, and now it's just a big bruise. He made it. So anyways, now we are just going to clean everything again, kind of, because we did it yesterday, but now we need to kind of go over a few things and prepare it to be painted. Whew. Burr. Okay, so basically Viant, he's just gonna finish grinding the few spots that need to be kind of clean and shaped, and then I'm gonna get the paint out and mix the paint and paint, and yeah, looking good though. So that will be the entrance of the house. We'll have a little entrance platform right there, and clearly there'll be some stairs, because if not, how else would we get up there? The Iron Maiden. It's always really difficult for us to make progress during the winter because of the weather and the short days. So the combination of the two makes it challenging, to say the least.
Please remain seated.
Okay. Whew. So Viant finished grinding and cleaning the steel, and and now he's painting. Very pungent, this paint. So anyways, I'm just so glad that we finished this step, because for a minute it was feeling like we'll never finish. Sometimes it's just like that. But anyways, it's pretty dry today. A little bit chilly, but it's alright, not too bad. So yeah, I'm just super glad that we got this painted and finished so that we can move on to something else. We will see what we'll do, because we have to kind of find a good balance between what we can do and the amount of time that we have to do it due to the weather. So in winter the weather is very rainy, and that really limits our options quite a bit. So basically our schedule depends around the weather, and as I'm sure you've seen before, the weather changes all the time, and sometimes the forecast isn't right, which totally sucks, because there's been times when we've been in the middle of doing stuff like that, welding, painting, and there was no chance of rain, and then we're like in the middle of doing it and it starts to rain. And for anybody that works with steel or paint, both of those do not mix with water for the most part. So yeah, anyways, just super glad we got this step done, and yeah, figure out what we're gonna do next, and I'm sure you'll see a video about it. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to keep up with our projects and adventures on the ranch.
Everything's gonna be alright.
No, no, that feels really.
We finally made it. I thought we would never complete this step. During winter, we are definitely swimming against the current as we struggle with setbacks, weather, and short days. It's always the most challenging time of the year for us, especially mentally. It takes a toll on us to see time pass by and not be able to make any progress. But we try not to let it get to us. Ain't nobody got time for that. So we push forward when we can and do our best, which is all we can do, really. And tomorrow will bring a new day with new challenges, which we will face and conquer. Here's what's coming up next on Pacific Pines Ranch.
I'm ready to walk.
Our life is one giant puzzle, and we are putting it together piece by piece. Whoa! Help support our channel by leaving a comment, liking, and sharing this video. As always, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to keep up with our projects and adventures on the ranch. We put out new videos every Saturday and during the week, so be sure to subscribe and hit the notification button so you don't miss any. Okay, bye.